Yeah, I mean, I think we're all really excited to be playing this weekend in the NCAA tournament. But, I think we also feel that we belong there. We've worked extremely hard this season, as every team has. From the beginning, we were expected to win Conference USA. We went through a lot of ups and downs throughout the season. But the one thing, if you watch us as a team, we continued to get better. And we still had, some games that we lost in conference play, but every time we lost a game in conference play, we got better. And then we'd go on a streak and we'd win, and we'd lose a game and we'd get better. And I think that all accumulated this weekend in the conference tournament where, overall we played very, very well. And when you look at, in particular, the second half of our Louisiana Tech game, when our backs were against the wall, to win a conference championship, to go to the NCAA tournament, I believe that was the best half of basketball that we have played all year. And, that's what you want as a coach. You want to continually improve. You want to be getting better going into March. And then you want to get to March and be playing your best basketball. And I truly believe that that's what we're doing. And like I said, we're excited for this opportunity. But we also know that we've earned it and we belong in the NCAA tournament. And we're going to go out and we're going to compete and play really hard.
Coach, just how has the team as a whole managed their emotions after, winning the conference tournament, but now, it's time to switch gears and focus on Indiana?
Well, we had to do the same thing after we won the regular season. We had a really incredible moment to win the regular season here at home in Halton Arena in front of our fans. It was a very emotional moment for all of us, I think. And we were very, very high off of that win and excited. And I told the team, we need to celebrate it. We haven't done this. Charlotte has never done this. And, we came back to work, and the first thing I said to our team is, all right, we're done celebrating. We have to focus. We're about to go into the hardest part of our season where we have to win 3 games with the target on our back, and our players did that. I mean, there was no doubt, that first practice back, they were ready to go. And I feel that we'll be the same here. Now, today will be our first day practicing. We won Saturday. It was really a tough travel day for us Sunday to get back to Charlotte. Obviously with all the issues with the airlines right now, and our kids were exhausted. So we gave them a couple days of rest because they needed it. But I truly believe that they will have the same mindset coming into today in practice to prepare and know that, again, we have a great opportunity in front of us and we need to be ready.
Hey, Coach. This question is actually for all three of you, if you can answer this for me. Obviously, NCAA is a brave new world for you and everyone on this team, but you certainly have had plenty of tournament experience, be either in conference or at WNIT or whatever it may be. So I'm wondering, are you going to lean on that? Do you think that will help you going into this, first-time NCAA time or experience, I should say?
Yeah, I hope it does. I don't expect us to go there and our eyes be wide and the bright lights and, for that to affect us. I really don't. I mean, we just came off a really tough conference tournament. We played in Thanksgiving in one of the premier women's basketball tournaments in the Gulf Coast Showcase where we played, Iowa State, who is a top 10 team. Obviously some of us has played in the WNIT a lot. And we were in fact looking back at our WNIT field last year, I believe 5 of the 8 teams are in the NCAA tournament this year. So that tells you the caliber of teams we played against. And so I think you combine all of that with the fact that we're a very veteran team. I hope that we will go in there and treat it just like every other game. I think that we will. That's really been our mindset. We don't get intimidated. We've gone against Power 5 teams before, and we expect to have the same mentality.
Sure. I think for sure going into this game, we're all ready. Just like as soon as we got off the plane, we were like, look, y'all, we have a great chance of beating Indiana. And I don't think we look at them as like, they're a top-ranked school just because, like Coach said, we deserve to be there. And I think we've been proving that since I have been here, but we never got the chance. So now that we're finally getting a chance, I definitely think we're going to take it and we're going to run with it and, prove to everybody that, of course we deserve to be here and that, we put in just as much work as all these other teams that are ranked to be here.
Yeah, for sure. And I also think that this is a great opportunity for us. And playing against Indiana, we look at every team, like our team look at every team as if they're the same. We show each team the same respect. And that really just shows what our team is really capable of, because we don't really show that any team is lesser, any team is greater. We go out and just compete for 40 minutes every game.
This one's for Octavia and Michaela. What are some of the things you think you guys learned the most this year? What are some of the lessons that you've learned the most going into the NCAA tournament? Such a tough schedule, certainly in the middle part where you guys are playing one-possession games constantly and even having to win in overtime quite frequently.
I think trusting each other. I think that was one of the biggest things starting out the season. Was it was hard for us to trust each other, and that was credit to us being new to each other. And I think as the season progressed, that we really started leaning on each other more. So once those big games came and we went to overtimes, we were able to lean on different people, not just one person. And I think that's been the biggest thing for our success thus far.
Yeah, to piggyback off of her, we definitely, down the stretch of the season, we start trusting each other more. And as you all can see, we start putting everything that we had together, and we have a lot of talent on this team. So for us to be able to put all of it together and, be able to trust each other in, late, tough game situations, we never hold our heads and say, look, we might not get this one. It's always, look, and no matter what the score is, we're going to come back, and this is going to be our game. We're going to win. So just having that mentality as a whole is really good for all of us.
Can y'all talk a little bit more, Michaela and Octavia, about just y'all's relationship? Because I saw, at the end of the conference championship game, y'all shared a big hug at the end there. Just how have y'all, gotten closer as the season's progressed, and what's y'all's relationship like now, just off the court as well?
That's my dog, for sure. I think from the second that, of course, she got here, even before she got here, we were always in communication with each other. And, like I tell y'all all the time, Kay was one of the reasons why I came back, of course. Just to be excited to, play with another guard that's, we're kind of like in the same, we have kind of the same game. So just to be able to play with her and, of course, we live together. So, we talk a lot in the house about, the goods, the bads, and, what is for us to come. We come from different backgrounds, but, not once did we ever, look at each other and judge each other from, what we've been through before. We always, we got each other's back, and I think for sure y'all can tell that by the big hug we shared at the end of the game. It was like, we finally did what we said we were going to do.
Yeah, Tay is a teammate that is not like a lot of teammates, because Tay is somebody that always holds me accountable, and I'm able to hold her accountable as well. And I think that really tells, what our relationship is really about. I can be really authentic with Tay and tell Tay what's up, and Tay can come back and tell me what's up, even if it's hard, something I don't want to hear. And I think that's the biggest thing that has developed our relationship and really brought us together, especially on the court, but off the court too. We spend a lot of time together. So just, I would just say how, yeah, just us holding each other accountable. It really just brought us together.
Coach, this one's for you. And just looking at the players you have on your roster, it seems like everybody really bought into their role to the nth degree. You have the best defensive player in the conference. You have a couple scorers up right there that have been amazing this season. You call Jada McMillan the best point guard in the conference. Has this been one of the years where you've seen people buy into their role the most, just kind of understand what it takes to come together as a unit? Just discuss, I guess, that and how that's affected you guys and how you've been able to get an NCAA tournament appearance.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And, that was a big worry that we had when we started the season. And I think if you go back and if you watched our team in November and December, we were not a team. We were not a unit. And we were not a group that were bought into, what each person needed. And, that's what preseason is for, again. But I think you really started to see our team turn after Christmas when, we did start to figure out our roles and we did buy into them and everybody did their job. I mean, even when you look at our championship run in the tournament, really everybody did their job. They did what they were supposed to do. Now they did it at a really high level. I mean, the tournament was the best that Jada's played all year, as it should be. And I think when you have a team that is bought into their roles and they understand how important that is, that's what makes you really good. And certainly a reason for our success. And, obviously as coaches, we're constantly talking to our players about their role, challenging them. But ultimately it comes down to the players. Are they going to buy in or are they not? And once this team decided to buy in, that's when we knew, okay, wait a second, we are really good and we can win this thing.
Kerry, you guys have had obviously some time off, but obviously for you and the coaching staff, you've got time to prepare. Just initial thoughts, scouting report on Indiana. I mean, I'm looking at the season stats comparison, and it looks like obviously a lot of it favors them, but we know this, what you can do with stats when the ball is tipped off.
Yeah, I mean, Indiana is really good. I mean, they're not ranked. I mean, any team that's ranked in the top 25 is really good, so we understand that. I think what makes them, so good is their balance on the offensive end. I mean, all of their starters are in double figures scoring. They have a lot of different weapons. There's not really, one player that you can identify and say, oh, we can really help off this player here. They have a post player that, missed a significant amount of the Big Ten season and is now healthy and is probably one of the best post players in the Big Ten. So they are very well-rounded. I think defensively they're also very tough. And I think a key for us is going to be able to keep our poise and our composure against a very physical team. But, with all that being said, it's not like we haven't faced teams like that before. We went to play at West Virginia. Now, West Virginia didn't make the tournament this year because they had some injuries, but that's the most physical team, one of the most physical teams in the country. We played at their place, and, we were within a couple possessions in the fourth quarter of that game. We've played a team like Iowa State that has every single player on the team can score. So we've faced similar teams, which I think helps us. But certainly we're going to have to bring our best, to compete with them. But as I said earlier, I think that right now we are playing our best. So all of those are really positive things.
Anything else? All right. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.